I'd like to introduce now iFaith Unit 14. 13 down, just 4 to go. We're getting there. In Unit 14, we'll be looking at the prophets of the 8th century BC. These are the earlier prophets who've left us much of their work. 4 in particular we'll be looking at. What was it that the prophets did? They simply called people to obey the law. And in the law, especially in books like Leviticus and Deuteronomy, God promises wonderful blessings and serious penalties, depending on whether we honor the covenant. If we're loyal, if we're faithful to the covenant with Him, we love Him and obey Him, He will do good things for us. And if not, well, our sins will have a way of coming back on our head. Things will not go well. So the message of the prophets is always very simple. Now, the way it's conveyed, the way it is illustrated, can be very creative, very colorful. There are many ways to get the message across. So we'll be looking at Isaiah. Isaiah is one of the longest books in the Bible, and not almost as long as Jeremiah, one of the later prophets. But Isaiah is the book that's normally quoted in the New Testament. In fact, of all the quotations from the Old Testament prophets, 2/3 of them are from Isaiah. And there are lots of other prophets too, but this is by far the most important. And as I shared in my series on the Dead Sea Scrolls, Isaiah is far more represented there in a similar ratio than the other prophets. We'll also look at Hosea. Hosea is a book that gives us a glimpse at the heart of God. And some might say that here we see the gospel in the Old Testament very clearly. It's a deeply moving book. We also have Amos and Micah, prophets who said that we're kidding ourselves if our religion excludes treating our neighbor fairly. Yes, they speak about social justice. Yes, they speak about truly knowing God, false religion, and acceptable religion. And I think you'll get a lot out of those as well. 10 sermons in all in number 14. When we get to Unit 15, we'll be looking at later prophets like Jeremiah. We'll have 10 more messages. But for now, I hope you enjoy Unit 14 of iFaith.